Welcome to the 2015 International Building Code IBC Chapter 2 Definitions by allthingsinspector.com.
Course disclaimer. This information is being provided by allthingsinspector.com. ATI. Although the information is provided and is intended to be accurate, ATI does not warrant, represent, or guarantee the accuracy of the information discussed herein is current or free from errors or omission. Anyone who accesses or uses the information provided by ATI assumes all risk of loss. ATI, its employees, or agents are not responsible for any damages caused by access to or use of this information. This information is made available on the understanding that ATI and its employees shall have no liability, including but not limited to the liability of negligence to users for any loss, damage, cost, or expense incurred or arising by reason of any person using, relying on the information, and whether caused by reason of any error, omission, or misrepresentation in the information or otherwise. Participants in this training will be responsible for making their own assessment of the information and should verify all relevant representations, statements, and information. Further, the information provided by ATI is not intended to serve as legal advice.
24-hour basis, the actual time that a person is an occupant within a facility for the purpose of receiving care. It shall not include a facility that is open for 24 hours and is capable of providing care to someone visiting the facility during any segment of 24 hours. ACC Masonry. Masonry made of autoclaved aerated concrete units, manufactured without internal reinforcement and bonded together using thin or thick bed mortar. Accessible. A site, building, facility, or portion thereof that complies with Chapter 11. Accessible means of egress. A continuous and unobstructed way of egress travel from any accessible point in a building or facility to a public way. Accessible unit. A dwelling unit or sleeping unit that complies with this code and the provisions for accessible units in ICC A117.1. Accreditation Body. An approved third-party organization that is independent of the grading and inspection agencies and the lumber mills, and that initially accredits and subsequently monitors on a continuing basis the competency and performance of a grading or inspection agency related to carrying out specific tasks. Addition. An extension or increase in floor or height of a building or structure. Adhered masonry veneer. Veneer secured and supported through the adhesion of an approved bonding material applied to an approved backing. Adobe Construction. Construction in which the exterior load-bearing and non-load-bearing walls and partitions are unfired clay masonry units, and floors, roofs, and interior framing are wholly or partly of wood or other approved materials. Adobe Stabilized. Unfired clay masonry units to which admixtures such as emulsified asphalt are added during the manufacturing process to limit the unit's water absorption so as to increase their durability. Adobe Unstabilized. Unfired clay masonry units that do not meet the definition of Adobe Stabilized. Aerosol. A product that is dispensed from an aerosol container by a propellant. Aerosol products shall be classified by means of the calculation of their chemical heats of combustion and shall be designated Level 1, Level 2, or Level 3. Level 1 aerosol products. Those with a total chemical heat of combustion that is less than or equal to 8,600 British thermal units per pound. Level 2 aerosol products. Those with a total chemical heat of combustion that is greater than 8,600 British thermal units per pound, but less than or equal to 13,000 British thermal units per pound. Level 3 aerosol products. Those with a total chemical heat of combustion that is greater than 13,000 British thermal units per pound. Aerosol Container. A metal, can, or glass or plastic bottle designed to dispense an aerosol. Aggregate. In roofing, crushed stone, crushed slag, or water-worn gravel used for resurfacing for roof coverings. Agriculture building, a structure designed and constructed to house farm implements, hay, grain, poultry, livestock, or other horticultural products. This structure shall not be a place of human habitation or a place of employment where agricultural products are processed, treated, or packaged, nor shall it be a place used by the public. Air-Impermeable Insulation, an insulation having an air permeance equal to or less than 0.02 L/S times M squared at 75 PA pressure differential, tested in accordance with ASTM E2178 or ASTM E283. Air-inflated structure, a structure that uses air pressurized membrane beams, arches, or other elements to enclose space. Occupants of such a structure do not occupy the pressurized air used to support the structure. Air-supported structure, a structure wherein the shape of the structure is attained by air pressure and occupants of the structure are within the elevated pressure area. Air-supported structures are of two basic types: double skin, similar to single skin, but with an attached liner that is separated from the outer skin and provides an airspace which serves for insulation, acoustic, aesthetic, or similar purposes. Single skin, where there is only the single outer skin and the air pressure is directly against that skin. Aisle, an enclosed exit access component that defines and provides a path of egress travel. Aisle accessway, that portion of an exit access that leads to an aisle. Alarm notification appliance, a fire alarm system component such as a bell, horn, speaker, light, or text display that provides audible, tactile, or visible outputs or any combination thereof. Alarm signal, a signal indicating an emergency requiring immediate action, such as a signal indicative of a fire. Alarm verification feature, a feature of automatic fire detection and alarm systems to reduce unwanted alarms wherein smoke detectors report alarm conditions for a minimum period of time, or confirm alarm conditions within a given period, after being automatically reset in order to be accepted as a valid alarm initiation signal. Allowable stress design, a method of proportioning structural members such that elastically computed stresses produced in the members by nominal loads do not exceed specified allowable stresses, also called working stress design. Alteration, any construction or renovation to an existing structure other than repair or addition. Alternating tread device, a device that has a series of steps between 50 and 70 degrees, 0.87 and 1.22 rad from horizontal, usually attached to a center support rail in an alternating manner so that the user does not have both feet on the same level at the same time. Ambulatory care facility, buildings or portions thereof used to provide medical, surgical, psychiatric, nursing, or similar care on a less than 24-hour basis to persons who are rendered incapable of self-preservation by the services provided. Anchor building, an exterior perimeter building of a group other than H having direct access to covered or open mall buildings, but having required means of egress independent of the mall. Anchored masonry veneer, veneer secured with approved mechanical fasteners to an approved back-end. Annular SPACE, the opening around the penetrating item. Annunciator, a unit containing one or more indicator lamps, alphanumeric displays, or other equivalent means in which each indication provides status information about a circuit, condition, or location. Approved, acceptable to the building official. Approved agency, an established and recognized agency that is regularly engaged in conducting test or furnishing inspection services where such agency has been approved by the building official. Approved fabricator, an established and recognized qualified person, firm, or corporation approved by the building official pursuant to Chapter 17 of this code. Approved source, An independent person, firm, or corporation approved by the building official who is competent and experienced in the application of engineering principles to materials, methods, or system analysis. Area for masonry. Gross, cross-sectional, the area delineated by the out-to-out specified dimensions of masonry in the plane under consideration. Net, cross-sectional, the area of masonry units, grout, and mortar crossed by the plane under consideration based on out-to-out specified dimensions. Building, the area included within surrounding exterior walls or exterior walls and firewalls, exclusive of vent, shafts, and courts. Areas of the building not provided with surrounding walls shall be included in the building area if such areas are included within the horizontal projection of the roof floor above. Area of refuge, an area where persons unable to use stairways can remain temporarily to await instructions or assistance during emergency evacuation. Area of sports activity, that portion of an indoor or outdoor space where the play or practice of sports occurs. Area way, a subsurface space adjacent to a building open at the top or protected at the top by a grating or a guard. Assembly seating multi-level. See multi-level assembly seating. Atrium, an opening connecting two or more stories other than enclosed stairways, elevator, hoistways, escalators, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, or other equipment which is closed at the top and not defined as a mall. Stories, as used in this definition, do not include balconies within assembly groups or mezzanines that comply with Section 404. Attic, the space between the ceiling beams of the top story and the roof rafters. Audible alarm notification appliance, a notification appliance that alerts by sense of hearing. Autoclaved aerated concrete, low density cementitious product of calcium silicate hydrates whose material specifications are defined in ASTM C1386. Automatic, as applied to fire protection devices, a device or system providing an emergency function without the necessity for human intervention and activated as a result of a predetermined temperature rise, rate of temperature rise, or combustion products. Automatic fire-extinguishing system, an approved system of devices and equipment which automatically detects a fire and discharges an approved fire-extinguishing agent onto or in the area of a fire. Automatic smoke detection system, a fire alarm system that has initiation devices that utilize smoke detectors for protection of an area such as a room or space with detectors to provide early warning of fire. Automatic sprinkler system. An automatic sprinkler system for fire protection purposes is an integrated system of underground and overhead piping designed in accordance with fire protection engineering standards. The system includes a suitable water supply. The portion of the system above the ground is a network of specially sized or hydraulically designed piping installed in a structure or area, generally overhead, and to which automatic sprinklers are connected on a systematic pattern. The system is usually activated by heat from a fire and discharges water over the fire area. Automatic water mist system, a system consisting of a water supply, a pressure source, and a distribution piping system with attached nozzles, which at or above a minimum operating pressure defined by its listing, discharges water in fine droplets meeting the requirements of NFPA 750 for the purpose of the control, suppression, or extinguishment of a fire. Such systems include wet pipe, dry pipe, and pre-action types. The systems are designed as engineered, pre-engineered, local application, or total flooding system. Average ambient sound level. The root mean square, a weighted sound pressure level measured over a 24-hour period, or the time any person is present, whichever time period is less. Awning, an architectural projection that provides weather protection, identity, or decoration and is partially or wholly supported by the building to which it is attached. An awning is comprised of a lightweight frame structure over which a covering is attached.
Backing, the wall or surface to which the veneer is secured. Balanced door, a door equipped with a double pivoted hardware so designed as to cause a semi-counterbalanced swing action when opening. Baled cotton, a natural seed fiber wrapped in and secured with industry-accepted materials, usually consisting of burlap, woven, polypropylene, polyethylene, or cotton or sheet polyethylene, and secured with steel, synthetic, or wire bands or wire. Also includes linters, lint removed from the cottonseed, and motes, residual materials from the ginning process. Baled cotton densely packed. Cotton made into banded bales with a packing density of not less than 22 pounds per cubic foot and dimensions complying with the following: a length of 55 inches, a width of 21 inches, and a height of 27.6 to 35.4 inches. Ballast. In roofing, ballast comes in the form of large stones or paver systems or lightweight interlocking paver systems and is used to provide uplift resistance for roofing systems that are not adhered or mechanically attached to the roof deck. Barricade. A structure that consists of a combination of walls, floor, and roof, which is designed to withstand the rapid release of energy in an explosion and which is fully confined, partially vented, or fully vented, or other effective method of shielding from explosive materials by a natural or artificial barrier. Artificial barricade, an artificial mound or revetment, a minimum thickness of 3 feet. A natural barricade, natural features of the ground such as hills or timber of sufficient density that the surrounding exposure that require protection cannot be seen from the magazine or building containing explosives when the trees are bare of leaves. Base flood, the flood having a 1% chance of being equaled or exceeded in any given year. Base flood elevation, the elevation of the base flood, including wave height relative to the National Geodetic Vertical Datum, North American Vertical Datum, or other datum specified on the flood insurance rate map. Basement for flood loads, the portion of a building having its floor subgrade below ground level on all sides. The definition of basement is limited in application to the provisions of Section 1612. Basement, a story that is not a story above grade plane. See story above grade plane. This definition of basement does not apply to the provision of Section 1612 for flood loads. Bearing wall structure, a building or other structure in which vertical loads from floors and roofs are primarily supported by walls. Bed joint, the horizontal layer of mortar on which a masonry unit is laid. Bleachers, tiered seating supported on a dedicated structural system and 2 or more rows high and is not a building element. See grandstand. Boarding house, a building arranged or used for lodging for compensation, with or without meals and not occupied as a single family unit. Boiling point, the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid equals the atmospheric pressure of 14.7 pounds per square inch, or 760 millimeters of mercury, where an accurate boiling point is unavailable for the material in question or for mixtures which do not have a constant boiling point. For the purposes of this classification, the 20% evaporated point of a distillation performed in accordance with ASTM D86 shall be used as the boiling point of liquid. Braced wall line, a straight line through the building plan that represents the location of the lateral resistance provided by the wall bracing. Braced wall panel, a full height section of wall constructed to resist end plane shear loads through interaction of framing members, sheathing materials, and anchors. The panel's length meets the requirements of its particular bracing method and contributes towards the total amount of bracing required along its braced wall line. Breakout, for revolving doors, a process whereby wings or door panels can be pushed open manually for means of egress travel. Brick, calcium silicate sand lime brick, a pressed and subsequently autoclaved unit that consists of sand and lime, with or without the inclusion of other materials. Clay or shell, a solid or hollow masonry unit of clay or shell, usually formed into a rectangular prism, then burned or fired in a kiln. Brick is ceramic product. Concrete, a concrete masonry unit made from Portland cement, water, and suitable aggregates with or without the inclusion of other materials. Building, any structure used or intended for supporting or sheltering any use or occupancy. Building area, see area building. Building element, a fundamental component of building construction listed in Table 601, which may or may not be a fire-resistant rated construction and is constructed of materials based on the building type and construction. Building height, see height building. Building integrated photovoltaic product, a building product that incorporates photovoltaic modules and functions as a component of the building envelope. Building official, the officer or other designated authority charged with the administration and enforcement of this code or duly authorized representative. Built-up roof covering, 2 or more layers of felt cemented together and surfaced with a cap sheet, mineral aggregate, smooth coating, or similar surfacing material. Thank you for taking the time to learn with All Things Inspector's learning modules. If you enjoyed the short video, please go to allthingsinspector.com to purchase the full-length video that includes all definitions in Chapter 2 of the 2015 IBC. Immediate video access is available by becoming a paid member of our website, or you can purchase a CD or DVD through our online store that will be mailed to you. Allthingsinspector.com gives 1% of proceeds from purchases through our online store or affiliate commissions earned back to charity. We have posted a couple of useful affiliate links below that will help you on your journey learning the IBC. If you enjoyed the video and would not mind to take a minute and subscribe to our YouTube channel below, it would be much appreciated.